Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths. Our task today is to graph this function, and our first step is to identify the type of function it is and the form in which it's presented. So this is a quartic. It is raised to the power of 4, and it is in a form that should be familiar to people. It should look vaguely familiar. If I write a sort of a corresponding quadratic, you would recognize that as turning point form. Call that the same thing if you wish. This gives us the coordinates of the turning point on this thing, which is a minimum in this case because this is a positive quartic. So let's get a rough sketch of this done. First thing is we need to figure out the coordinates of that turning point, that minimum point, and how do we make this equal 0? Well, we make x equal 1, and then we move that point down 16 units. So wildly out of scale, we'll say 1, -16 is here. And this thing will carry on up in this direction, in the positive direction of the y-axis. We need to figure out some other points while we're about it. The first thing to do, because it's the easier of the two things to do, is to sort out what the y-intercept will be, which means effectively expanding this, but I'm not going to write this out 4 times. I'm simply going to raise -1 to the power of 4, which is 1, and subtract 16 from it. And what we get is we get a y-intercept of -15. That is -15. Now, I hope that made some sense. What I did was I did what this instructed, which was to take -1, make this equal 0, so this is -1, and raise it to the power of 4. So that's -1 times -1 times -1 times -1, which is 1, and subtracted 16 from it and got that point. Now, what that tells us is that we have a point over here and a point over here equidistant from the axis of symmetry of this thing, which will intercept the x-axis. There are 2 intercepts. Now, how do we figure out what that is? Right, well, let's get some room, and what we're going to do is we're going to make x minus 1 to the power of 4 minus 16 equals 0. And it's just a matter of a bit of algebra. We're going to take the 4th root of each side. X minus 1 equals the 4th root of 16. There we go. And just keep going. Okay, there we are. Now, there are a few things to say about that. First of all, the 4th root of 16 could be positive or negative, and that's important. We can also probably simplify this. We can say that, we can simplify this. What's the best way of doing that? Well, 2, 4, 8, 16 2 to the power of 1 is 2, 2 to the power of 2 is 4, 2 to the power of 3 is 8, and 2 to the power of 4 is 16. So this is 2, positive or negative. That's very important because this is an even power. It can have positive or negative roots. Now, we still have to add 1 to this. So what we have in effect is that x is equal to two things. It is equal to negative 2 plus 1, which is equal to negative 1, or it is equal to positive 2 plus 1, which is 3. And these are our 2 points of intersection on this axis. So we have 0, 3 here, and negative 1, negative 1, 0 here. I got that round the wrong way. That is 3, 0. My apologies. And there we are. It's messy, and as you can see, everybody makes mistakes, but this is what this thing looks like, very roughly, in terms of the drawing, but the points of intersection and the minimum point, those are completely accurate. And this is how we reach these 2 points. That is a 0, that is 3, 0. You saw how we did that, and it was just a little bit of mental arithmetic to work out what this point was. Okay, now I hope that you found that useful, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.